Are you ready? Come on.
Yeah, really.
All right, everybody. We're at podcast 38. I am super excited to start this podcast with my co-host. I'm
Chase
Money.
AC, aka Boy Chaser.
Yeah, I'm
This is
Money.
the
This is
You Ain't
my
Got a Lot podcast because Money didn't say anything. He just started talking about episode 38. Welcome to anyone
yes.
new, to our returning viewers. Welcome back as well.
Mhm.
This is gonna be another football heavy one, man. Since we're getting so close to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be heavy sports. I'm looking forward to it. We have the conference championship games. But before we hop into that, we gotta talk about this weather, man. Money, have you been hearing the stories and seeing what's going on?
Yes, I have.
It's been getting wild. It's videos in Russia to where they have like 10, 15-story buildings where the snow is like at the top. It looks so ridiculous and unreal. It looks like it's like one of those like mini sculptures, and they put like the fake snow on it. Like, it's wild. It's getting crazy. We even gotten snow in Florida the past 2 years, and it hasn't snowed in Florida before then since the 90s. So it's getting
Yeah.
kind of crazy. They hell freeze over, and that's what it's looking. It's looking like that's about to happen, man.
Bro. So I've been in Discord, and one of the guys, he's a teacher. He lives in Ohio with Dash. And so he was telling me, he's like, man, this is like I think their third snow day because it's so cold. And then Dash told us he ain't gonna be working for like a few weeks because of the cold weather. So yeah, things are getting serious, bro.
I know when I was a kid, I used to be so jealous of kids up north because it's like, oh, they get snow days where they don't got to go to school. And then I got older, I learned they got to make those snow days up. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Oh, so they're like, it's
Yeah.
like the hurricane days for us.
Correct. So you miss like a week of school, you got to make that week up. So I was like, oh, hell no. I ain't trying to be here no longer than I need to be.
Yeah, forget all that, bro. I just want
Even with
to.
New Jersey, it got one coming in Saturday evening / Saturday afternoon and all Sunday, basically, looking at 10 to 18 inches of snow. It's going to be bonkers up here, man. So definitely got to make sure I go grocery shopping tomorrow and have everything I need. You're going to have to
How is
pop out
it
the Vienna
shoveling up?
sausages just in case we lose power.
How is it shoveling all that snow, bro?
I live in an apartment building. Ain't no shoveling no snow. That is not bad, man. But yeah, they're tracking. It's supposed to be significant snow accumulation with the widespread totals from, like I said, 10 to 18 inches across much of New Jersey. The heaviest snow is expected in central and North Jersey, aka where I'm at, while some areas are going to see ice and sleet mixed in, especially towards the southern parts of the state. That mix can make travel even more slippery. The storm is expected to begin early Sunday morning and transition into a wintry mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain throughout the afternoon, possibly temporary with the evening. So yeah, don't know where to stay for anyone who's in New Jersey.
Bro, they said it's gonna be 30 in Florida. And I'm like, I can't remember last time it's been 30 in Florida. Like, I remember people up north be like, man, y'all over exaggerate about how cold it is. 30 is pretty cold.
Yeah, I mean, it's different, you know what I'm saying? When you live in a tropical climate place like that, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be different like that. So, but 30 is not the end of the world, but you know, once again, I'm used to living in the cold, but like 30 is cold. A place that usually doesn't go no lower than, 45, 40 to be like 30, 28, yeah, that's pretty cold.
Yeah, I'm gonna say good thing that I got my winter clothes because hey, I might have to pull out my clothes I wore when I was in Colorado, bro.
Bring out the big puffer coat. I know me personally, I don't bring my coat out until it's 30 or below. Once it gets to 30 below, then I usually start wearing my coat. But until then, I usually wear a jacket. So yeah, that's actually pretty cold. Then hopefully you don't get no wind chill because wind chill is awful. That's the one thing I hate. Like, I can deal with the cold, I can deal with it, you know what I'm saying? But when that wind is blowing, I absolutely hate it. I hate everything about it.
Man, I'm gonna ask you this. So how cold is it gonna be Sunday? Because they said that it's a state of emergency, right?
It's potentially trending towards there. I don't think they made it official yet. Let me double check. Sorry, I'm not prepared.
Because I say it being cold
Yes,
like
we are
that.
in a state of emergency. That's how crazy it's getting. With the
Oh,
18 inches of snow, yeah, we are in a state of emergency. Like right now, it's 29 degrees and it says it feels like 14. Tomorrow, Sunday is going to have a high of 9 degrees. Excuse me, a high of 25 degrees, a low of 9. So it's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough week.
have you ever played a football game in the snow?
No,
That
thank
type of
goodness.
weather?
I mean, the only time we were supposed to play in snow, we played like this real like prestigious college, and they had like a heated field, so the snow melted, but there was snow all on the sides. I practiced in snow, yeah.
How did that feel?
It was awful. It was pretty awful, especially if you're not like prepared for it, and then you go to that ground. You better hope it's not a day where they tackling people, because you go to that ground, man, that ground is like concrete, bro. Very unforgiving.
Hey, I'm gonna say with the snow and everything, I was over there in Colorado, bro. That was the coldest I ever been. I'm over there. We're in a snowmobile. It's snowing hard. I got my dog on my snow glasses on and everything. Shoot,
Yeah,
I wish I had a picture. I'd have posted it. Me with my snow glasses.
I can see you with some thick ass goggles on. They be like, "You cold?" You just looking at them like, "You think I'm cold?" But yeah, it's definitely a big change when you go from your normal Florida weather to like Colorado snow and you on the mountains and stuff like that. So yeah,
Hey, we had fun. We went skiing. We drove on the snowmobiles and everything. I got to drive it.
that's real bougie. You went skiing, bro. That's what white folks be doing, skiing.
Hey,
Supposed to go
hey, hey,
snowboarding.
hey. My cousins went skiing, bro. We went tubing. They went skiing. We went tubing.
Went to why you ain't go skiing, bro?
Hey, Grace said fun.
Because you uncoordinated. That's why you ain't go skiing. That's why Funny ain't go skiing, y'all. He don't want to admit it's uncoordinated. That's why he got awkwardly quiet and didn't know what to say. But yeah,
Bro,
so to anyone dealing with this weather, stay warm, stay safe, especially up north. Get all your grocery shopping. That's one thing I'm not looking forward to, going to these stores, because I heard even the gas today was crazy. So I can imagine how crazy it's gonna be at this store. Ain't gonna be no water. It's gonna be so annoying, but gotta be prepared. Gotta go out there and take care of yourself and the family.
hey, Jay. At least in Florida, when a hurricane about to come, because you're talking about extreme weather, toilet paper be sold out.
Yeah, toilet paper. Which I never understood that. Why are we buying up toilet paper? y'all got to wipe y'all ass down. We got to make sure we got fucking 2 pounds of toilet paper. So,
Hey, Jay, I ain't got like the water and power shut out. How many use toilet paper at that point?
yeah, that's crazy. Got to flush it with a plunger.
That
So,
ain't
ready
funny.
to talk about some football, man?
Oh yeah, I'm being ready, bro.
All right, before we get into the juiciness, the Ravens hired Jesse Minter as their head coach. What are your thoughts on this one?
I would say, I don't know how I feel about it.
You don't know how to feel about it?
I
Are you
don't know
not
how I
familiar
feel
with
about it.
Jesse?
I've seen him, but I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it because he 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 wasn't really known for me. He wasn't a known
He wasn't
commodity. I
known.
I know he was a Chargers DC. I know he was with the Ravens uh, during 2017 to 2020. But that's all I really know about him. I don't know much besides that. I know that the Chargers had a good defense, but all that talent on defense, you should have a good defense, right?
I mean, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, the thing that to think about too is like I was a little surprised, not because of who they got, but the direction they went. I was thinking like, okay, you had years of these defensive minded coach, right? I think finally you switch it up and go get an offensive minded coach, especially since the fact of it really came down to who are you going to stick with? You're going to stick with your quarterback or your head coach. We all know you're not going to trade no prime Lamar Jackson. So they got rid of the coach. I thought they might go offensive minded OC. Same with Pittsburgh. Has Pittsburgh hired their head coach yet? I didn't check it today.
No, they haven't hired their head
Okay.
coach. The
I
Browns
feel like they should go offensive.
The Browns still looking for a head coach because I heard people are like literally dropping off their list. Like, yeah, I'm good on this. Do you think the Browns that bad of a job?
Yeah, for sure. The Browns are so bad. They're just like the Raiders. They're so bad. It's so many holes to fill. It's like, which one do you start with? Quarterback. I mean, I like Shador, but gotta be transparent. This is You Ain't Got a Lot podcast. He did not do enough last season to make me say he's our starting quarterback, especially what you said with the top pick. You know what I'm saying? So you got some. So now I will say what this works to his favor. This isn't a deep quarterback draft. So with this not being a deep quarterback draft, that works in his favor because now it's like, all right, do we really want to take a QB we don't love with the top 3 pick? Or should we improve our offensive line, which is terrible, our wide receivers, which are terrible? So it's a lot of different directions they can go there and put that roster. And yeah. And then you got to deal with, the possibility of the GM or the owner meddling because as we all know, the owner picked Shador last year. So it's like, am I going to have control of this team or is this something that I got to sit here and be a glorified talking head?
Hey, Jay, the Browns looking for a head coach. Me and you, man. We'll throw a hat in the bucket.
I do not have the patience to coach. That's why
Hey, Jay. Now. Hey, Jay.
Call up Kendrick. Hey, Kendrick, we know you're available, bro. Go and coach the Browns. Go and coach the Browns.
Hey, Jay, what I tell you the best job in the USA is, bro?
A fired NFL coach.
That's what we trying to do. Get fired year 1, bro.
Hey, get Kendrick up there. Hey, I'm gonna buy him a nice coat. I know some good brands and coats. I'm gonna get him a nice coat for the cold. He's gonna be fresh out there. He's gonna be fresh, and they're gonna be hot garbage. But I believe in Kendrick though. So Kendrick for Browns court coach. We're gonna start a petition, money.
I'm gonna have to tell him that. But I will say this, Jay. He gonna tell him don't look like Mike McDaniel out there. Boy, they say it's a bad look when your coach out there shivering on the sideline.
Bro, he looked like he was miserable. Like coaches, they play like Andy Reid. Andy Reid, you can't tell he cold. Mike McDaniels looked like he was miserable. Like he was like, I can't wait for this game to be over. And speaking of Mike McDaniels, he is officially taking the offensive coordinator job for the Chargers. What are your thoughts on this, money?
Jay, you know what I heard? I heard before he took that. I heard as soon as he took that job, a report came out that my mother-in-law commented on this before I go into it. She said, "What's up with Mike Tomlin?"
Oh yeah, he sucks. We talked about him last week. He's overrated coach and. Yeah, he's not going to coach here. He's taking a year off. He's already talked about it. He's taking a year off. But someone's going to pick him up. He got 2 years left on this deal. Someone's going to pick him up.
I'll say this. I'll say with Mike Tomlin, my main thing is he was just like what do we say with a quarterback? Good enough not to be good enough. Like he basically would make the playoffs, but in the NFL, it's all about
get his teeth winning every year. Every year you get your teeth kicked in.
She also asked another question for us.
I think he stepped down. I think it was one of those, hey, you've been our coach for 20 years. We respect you enough to, we don't want it to be we fired you. We think it's in your best interest to step down. That's what I personally think. I think they had a closed door conversation that, hey, either you step down or we fire you. It's like these billion-dollar companies do when they have the CEO dealing with some type of scandal. Now, obviously, he don't got a scandal going on, But I think that's what happened. I think they had a closed door conversation. It was like, hey, we think it's in the team's best interest for you to step down. And he stepped down.
I'll say I agree with you, but I'm gonna say there was some rumor. Somebody spread some crazy rumor that came out, and I was like, I don't believe it. Did you hear about that crazy rumor that came out? They're talking about Mike Tomlin's wife had cancer, and okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
On his, he cheated on his sick wife. His reputation, I will give him the benefit of the doubt on that.
Jay,
he's been around 20 years. They have pictures. I mean, if that's true, then I don't know. There's so much going on with AI and stuff like that. It's hard to believe, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt because it's 20 years. It's 20 years and he's just not hacked up. I feel like something else would have happened. But if that is all true, that's bad.
I heard that was the rumor I heard, and I was like, I don't believe, he don't seem like that type of guy.
Yeah, no, he's pretty buttoned up. I will give him that. Tomlin's always been buttoned up, so for that to happen, that's shocking for me to hear. But I think that's what happened. I think they told him to step down because he's not a good coach. Yeah, he has this winning record and stuff like that, but what did it get him? Getting his teeth kicked in the first round. So it's like for 4 in a row. What are we talking about? You had the most expensive defense in the league this past season. What'd that get you? A first round ass kicking.
Yeah, she says, I hope it's not true. I don't believe that rumor because for one, he seems like a model citizen. What? Black man don't cheat. I already knew where you were going with it.
Oh man, but yeah, no. On the serious note, I hope it's not true. It's off him cheating on his sick wife.
Just our response.
That's funny. Oh man, what else you got for coaches news?
Well, I don't have much. I just have like special team coach and stuff like that. And I know we really ain't going to talk.
Did you say Miami picked up their coordinators? They got a new OC in DC?
They haven't picked up the OC of DC. They just got like assistant GM and like a new special teams coach. So
who's the assistant GM? Anybody heard of before?
Jay, if I tell you this, you're gonna be like, why? Cal Smith from ATL, from the Atlanta Falcons, bro. They haven't drafted good. That great.
Actually, he kind of has.
Decent, but hold on. You know what, Jay? I might have to reconsider.
He kind of has been drafted good. You look at it, money.
You got Bijan, Drake London.
You love Kyle Pitts, regardless of what I think of him. You loved him coming out. And then you got Jalen Walker, who I love. Then you got Pierce Jr., who's a stud. AJ Terrell, the nigga he doing low key. He low doing. That's not. You
know what, Jay? I thought about it. I was like, the two question marks he had. The question mark he has is the quarterback. But did he make
that's
that?
That's what got him fired ultimately. Taking.
No, but he went from Atlanta to Miami. So I don't think he got fired. I think that GM was the one that got fired. And since the GM is his boss, he's like, let me get up out of here before the new GM fire me too.
Oh, he was the assistant GM.
Yeah, he was assistant GM. Yeah,
I know their GM got fired. That's what I don't know name, but I know he got fired. Him and he got the boot.
Yeah.
So I'm about to say that's who he has. He pretty good. So, but I'm curious to where he ends up too, though, because like I said, I think he's a good GM. Meanwhile, we're seeing guys like Brandon Bean get promotions. But anywho, nothing's going on in Carolina. I'm still trying to figure out how our defensive coordinator is getting head coaching jobs because my Carolina was middle of the road last year. We were pretty bad defensively. So I'm pretty sure you feel the same way about Anthony Weaver.
Is he a minority?
That's what it is.
Remember the rule, the Rooney rule.
The Rooney rule. Yeah, Because honestly, I'm just like, bro, there's no reason this nigga should be getting head coaching jobs. We did not do anything last year that made you say our DC is different. So the Dolphins, I think Anthony Weaver's terrible. So I'll be honest, like I think Anthony's pretty bad, but the Rooney Rule is out here saving brothers. Get me? Getting jobs you were not qualified for.
No, but here's the thing, Jay. A lot of them don't get the job because the Dolphins interviewed the Raiders defensive coordinator. Like it seems like,
and teams can block the interviews too.
Yeah,
like
but
the Dolphins can block him from interviewing for a head coaching job.
Yeah, but it seemed like this, Jay. It seemed like they interview him instead of everybody interviewing the same guy. They all interviewed different guys to make it seem like they have an opportunity. But the funny thing is, a lot of Dolphins fans wanted Anthony Weaver to be the new head coach at one point.
I heard that. I was reading that people wanted him to take over the coach. You about it. I don't think he would have been the right guy. I think he would have been one and done. You definitely would have got your quarterback if he took over, in my opinion. What did you think about that potentially happening?
That's what we needed, bro. That's what we needed. I need that number one pick, bro.
I mean, I'm starting to believe in Canales. Like, he's showed time, like, I'm like, that's a bad coaching decision. And it turns out it actually wasn't. Like, he'll make a call, and I'm like, that's questionable, and it'll actually work. So he's getting my trust as a coach. He's supposed to be like a quarterback guru. I have seen steps from Bryce, but I haven't seen anything to make me say we got our quarterback for the next years. The Patriots, Patriots got their quarterback for the next 10 years. The Bears got their quarterback for the next 10 years. So I want to be one of the teams.
I got a question because we're talking NFL. How do you feel about Jordan Love? Because some guys were saying they think Jordan Love is teetering on a good enough not to be good enough category.
He is. I mean, it's a very poor situation to be in for Jordan Love because look at who you're following. The Green Bay Packers have had 3 quarterbacks in 40 years.
And 2 of them are Hall of Fame.
Quarterback, period. Like,
hey, Jay, who was before Brett Favre? Was he a Hall of Famer? Who was the quarterback before Brett Favre? Do you know?
Now off the top of my head, I don't remember who it was. But the thing about it is you had Favre for what, 10 to 15 years. Then you had Rodgers for about 10 to 15 years. Now you got Jordan Love. Theoretically, if he pans out, then it'll be the same thing. But no, they have, and I'm not even being that dramatic. I think it's like roughly 30 years they've had 3 quarterbacks, which is nuts. So it's a lot of pressure that comes with that. It's a lot of expectations that come with that. Because if we're being honest, I don't think Aaron Rodgers lived up to those expectations. I'm not trying to say he was overrated or anything, but at the end of the day, the goal is to win the championship. And Rodgers, although he got 4 MVPs, he won 1. He won 1 and never went back. It's been countless games where he disappeared in the playoffs. So I think part of people are saying that about Jordan Love because the expectations are so high. People expected him to win the MVP at the least. And I get that. When you're used to dominance at the quarterback position, I totally get it. I think it's just got to need to materialize. Another thing that all those guys had was studs at wide receiver. I think Romeo Dobbs is a dog, but I don't think he's an absolute number 1. Look at Favre, Sterling Sharp. Sterling Sharp had a triple crown with a dislocated toe.
You know what's crazy? Shannon even says his brother was better.
Yeah, Shannon says all the time. So Favre had Sterling Sharp. And then towards the end of his career, you know who Favre had? Greg Jennings. Then Aaron Rodgers had Greg Jennings. And you know who's a little better than Greg Jennings? Devontae Adams.
A lot better.
You know who else Aaron Rodgers had? Donald Driver. We can name the names, money. Mercedes Lewis in his prime. Like, we can name the names these guys have had. And look at Jordan. Jordan hasn't had any of those names. I mean, Tuck Craft has been good. So I guess that's the closest thing to the tight end position because they have some good tight ends and fullbacks. But, like, at the receiver position, they haven't had a bona fide number 1 for Jordan. Kid they drafted this past season, what's his name? I can't think of it. I'm bad with these rookies. But the kid they just took this past season. It's supposed to be the number 1. He showed moments, but they all show moments. All the receivers on their roster are excellent number twos and mediocre number ones.
I'll say this, Jay. What if Jordan Love had Tyreek Hill? You think
Tyreek Hill?
The Tyreek Hill in his prime, Tyreek Hill.
I mean, Tyreek makes all the quarterbacks look good. He had me convinced Tua was top 5.
And remember what I would tell you. Remember what I would tell you, Jay.
I mean, Tyreek Hill make anybody look good, bro. So, yeah, of course, if he had a guy like that, it would look a lot different.
I totally agree. I'm gonna say, how do you feel about Sean Payton? Do you think he's an overrated coach? Since he won a Super Bowl and now he got the Broncos with the number 1 seed. Yeah, on the verge.
I mean, I think it's a little overrated. Like, people hype him up. I think him and Drew Brees are in the same bucket of overrated. Both are really, really good. But people talk about Brees like he was the second coming. And it's like, Brees played 15 years, won 1 Super Bowl. But he has like all these passing records, and it's like the Saints were a team, a threat every year. And I feel like Sean Payton gets that same level of revere for me. It's like, you were not the best team every year. It was years where you had a dominant defense, your offense was bad. Your offense was dominant, your defense was bad. Even towards the end of Brees' career, Brees was done before he knew he was done. Your career as a quarterback is over when they take you out the game so the backup can throw the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think he's that good, but you can't deny what he's done with the Denver Broncos having an insane defense, and now they're the 1 seed in the game from the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, I personally don't believe they're going to the Super Bowl because they don't have their quarterback. It would be a different conversation if Bo Nix was healthy, available, but
all right, well, here's what we about to do.
I don't think Jarrett Stidham is Nick Foles.
Here's what we about to do, bro. Hold on, give me a second. We're about to go to this next topic. The conference championship, because this is the next topic we're going to go to, because I know you want to talk about it. I'll say we got the Broncos versus the Pats, which is very rare for the 1 and 2 seed to actually meet, because one of them usually get knocked off.
Correct. So what do you think of this game, Mr. AFC reporter?
Where I think of this game, my heart says the Pats are going to win, but my head says that the Broncos somehow pull off the upset barely. But
I mean, it's tough because I look at it like
because they're home.
They're home, but at the same time, the Patriots, Drake May hasn't played good in these playoffs, money.
That's my thing.
If Drake May hasn't played good, that can go 1 of 2 ways. He can finally play good, and it's like, okay, the Patriots are scary. Or he's going to crumble on the AFC Championship, and then Denver's going to lose in the Super Bowl.
That's why I'm like Drake, because I agree with you. Drake May hasn't played great. Like versus the Texans, they won by 12, and CJ Strauss was out there. Man, you could have went out there and threw 4 interceptions. They say, didn't CJ Strauss have like 6 to 10 turnovers in 2 games?
10 turnovers in 2 games. Well, I didn't matter when I could be hucking that bitch deep. It's listen, when me and our friend Dylan, we play Call of Duty, right? Mm-hmm. And there'll be times where we'll run into someone, an opponent, and we'll just start panic firing, and they'll panic fire too because they weren't expecting to see us either. So we'll both be shooting around each other, and then when someone finally gets killed, and then you see the kill cam, and you're like, "What happened?" And then me and Joker will say, "Oh, ain't nothing, just 2 scrubs going at it." That's what it looked like, that Texans and Patriots game. 2 scrubs going at it. It was bad. So it was bad. And like I said, I've been high on Drake May before he came. I was telling Money when Drake May was a freshman, I'm like, bro, we got the one. If everybody else figures this stuff out, we got a good team, bro. And NIL was in the early phases. That at the point they reportedly offered Drake May 1.5 to come back, but he ended up leaving sadly. And then
1.5 ain't nothing, bro, compared to what he can make in the NFL.
Well, it's the early stages of NIL. Now these kids getting 4 or 5 million. So, but yeah, at that point they offered him 1.5 to come back, and he was like, "Nah, I'm out." Which is what you should when you're projected top 3. The New England Patriots is a horrible team. And Drake May, they're so bad. I didn't want him to go there. I wanted him to go to Minnesota. Remember, I wanted him to go to Minnesota so he could have a number 1 receiver to throw to. And then Drake May was like, "I don't need a number 1. I'll take a washed up Stephon Diggs and ball out." And that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, he has. He has. And I'll say, here's the scary part about the Patriots. Drake May doesn't have someone that jumps off the screen that you're like, we have to double cover him or we have to take him away. So imagine when he gets that weapon, what teams are going to have to do.
There is a world that exists where he gets Teteroy McMillan. Because a lot of mock drafts had him going to the Patriots. But it goes back to what I was saying before earlier in this video. I was saying that when you have so many holes, it really don't matter where direction you go, long as you hit your pick. For example, the Raiders could take a left tackle with the first pick in the draft. Will there be some fans complaining? It's always going to be fans complaining. But if that left tackle turns into a 10-time first team All-Pro, that's a great pick, right?
Jay,
it don't matter what position you take. What?
The Miami Dolphins, remember? During that Matt
Ryan
they
took a stud. A lot of people frowned upon it, and he was a stud. Dude's a Hall of Famer.
He was a stud. No, I don't know about Hall of Famer. He is a stud, but he got injured.
You don't think he's Hall of Famer? I think he's Hall of Famer.
He got injured after he left Miami.
So I think you just need to hit on your pick. And from what we've seen from year 1 of Ted McMillan, he's a hit. So could you imagine Drake May with Ted McMillan? Now, granted, maybe Will Campbell, but you said yourself last week that you saw Will Campbell getting treated.
He was.
If they didn't have Will Campbell, they might have had someone else in there, maybe as good, maybe not as good, but he would have had a number 1 receiver. So the Patriots on different trajectory.
Hunter, and Anderson were just doing what they wanted against him, man. And I'm like,
bro.
Yeah, but I'm like, bro, I'm like, dang, bro. They like literally, hey, man. It's like, hey, you get a turn. Let me go after the quarterback. Oh, hold on. Let me get that side.
It's my turn.
Hey, it's my turn. Let me get that quarterback. It's like, that tackle game we played back in the day where we throw the ball back and you try to hit somebody. That's how it was, bro. Hey, hold on, man. It's my turn. Let me get that left side. Boom. Yeah, get the quarterback. Hold on. No. I'll get left side. And it's like here. My thing is, Jay, if they're doing that to him, I know the Broncos got to have some pass rusher out there who's going to do that to him because he didn't look that great to me. He's a rookie, so he can only get better. But I remember when we drafted Jake Long, bro. He was like, I think he was a Pro Bowler at least his rookie year. He was locking jump down. And
that's what I'm saying, bro. He was instant stud, instant plug and play.
Same thing with Tunsil.
So, I mean, that's just one game. Because, I mean, if we're being transparent, how many games were we actually evaluating his performance? Then, on top of that, how many games was he going against the best defense we've seen in probably 3 years?
Hey, Jay, we'll be evaluating it this week now.
Yes, correct. All eyes will be definitely on him after seeing him getting treated like that. So, but I do give him the benefit of the doubt. Like we said, man, it's the best defense we've seen in 3 years. So, it's just been crazy.
Could you imagine?
So, final prediction of this game. Huh?
Could you imagine he'd win against Aaron Donald? What it would have been looking like?
I mean, that's Aaron Donald or anybody, bro. Aaron Donald was getting triple teamed and still somehow getting to the quarterback. Dude was a sickness.
I'm gonna put down my final score, bro. Here's my final score.
You got a score for me?
Here's my final score.
This dude typing it on screen. The worst thing we could have did was show money about the interactive menu on live. Then you type at the rate of a third grader. Pats 17, Broncos 14. I mean, yeah, I can see that low scoring game because both them defenses ain't finna let you go and shoot. Either it's because whenever you have two top flight defense, it always goes one of two ways. Either it's a defensive game where the score is really low, or it's a shootout where the score is really high. No defense is played. But I'm right there with you. I like 10-17 Pats. I think the defense is going to get a defensive touchdown, and they're going to get field goal range at least once. But I think Drake is going to do enough and finally play good. Not great, but good, and help his team go to their Super Bowl. Which sucks, because it's like I'm sick of seeing the Patriots, bro. It's like they went through their 4 years in the wilderness, but it wasn't long enough. Carolina's been in the wilderness since 1996, okay? I don't want to see New England go back on another dynasty run. I love Drake May, but damn, why'd you have to go there? I'm just not looking forward to it at all.
Jay, you think it's bad? Imagine being a Dolphins fan, bro. We got to see them boys win 6 of them things.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I didn't even get to see the Dolphins win their last Super Bowl because I wasn't born yet.
Yeah. Hey, at least you ain't see your team lose too.
Hey, Dan Marino went to win and lost.
I mean, you was young though when he went to that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as heartbreaking as we were. I remember that time we were watching that game, the Broncos versus the Panthers. And when we knew the game was over, you basically was like, everybody get out.
I was a good host. I was a good host. Now I will say I had an attitude. Everyone who know me, they know like, all right, Jay in the mood. But like I went from like hyped because backstory, I had a Super Bowl party. Carolina's in the Super Bowl. That's my favorite team. Obviously, you gotta have a Super Bowl party at my house. So everyone's there, starting off okay, start off shaky, and then it just starts going downhill. And I'm just sitting there like this. Like I'm not smiling, just I can't don't even laugh. I'm like this. And people was talking to me, and I'm just like, it was bad. It was bad. People leaving there was like, I'm just talking to you later, Jay. But yeah, I didn't kick nobody out. I wanted to kick everybody out, but I didn't do it. I was a big boy.
Hey Jay, can you imagine being a Dolphins loser? How would it have went?
You would have went to stripping. Get this Dolphin stuff off of me. Like, okay, bro. I would have took everything that said Dolphins off. You took the socks off too, like you damn Dolphins socks off. It's all bad luck. It's like, all right, man, relax. Well, money would have went to stripping the Dolphins losing the Super Bowl.
Man, what's your score prediction, bro?
As I said, 10-17. I think the Broncos defense will get a touchdown. I don't think the Broncos offense will score. And I do think they will get close enough to get in field goal range. And I think Drake will play good enough to win. Ready to talk about the other side of this bracket?
Bro, I think that's going to be the exciting game.
I agree. This is definitely a classic rivalry being revisited. Third time meeting this season. And this time, what's on the line is a Super Bowl ticket. Odds makers are saying Seattle is a slight favorite at 2.5. Thanks to the conditions and turf of the defensive consistency, but also expecting a very close game with scoring balances on both sides. This season, the series is tied 1-1, including an overtime thriller where Seattle won in a dramatic fashion. History suggests this won't blowout. Execution and momentum could swing everything. Stafford, the MVP favorite, has been playing insane, and Darnold is also playing really good, having a gritty season, and he's currently dealing with an oblique issue, but we all know he's going to play. Stafford's experience plus Darnold's tenacity is going to be on full deck. It's going to be a deciding chess match. One of the league's best defenses and stingy in points allowed and great turnovers with Seattle and on the Rams on the opposite side. So we're getting the top defense versus top offense because the Rams explosive at time with Devontae Adams having damn near 18 touchdowns for the year received through there and Puka Nacua having 100-something catches. Just two dogs, man. The offense is insane, and the Seattle defense is really good. So there's going to be a lot on store. What do you think of this game?
I'm picking Seattle. I think that boy JSN is going to do what needs to be done. He's going to go out there. Nobody on that team can guard him. And I think that boy Woolen is going to Woolen and that defense is going to show up and do just enough. Here's my score prediction right here.
All that, man. He's ever since his rookie year, he was great his rookie year. Then his second year, he got hurt for like most of the year. And then he's been average since he came from the injury, man. To like recently, I think he's been benched recently. So
you're seeing my score prediction.
Devin Witherspoon is definitely one of the more underrated corners in the league. So, but yeah, that defense is stingy. It's stingy for sure. But I'm sticking with the Rams. I think great offense beats good defense every time. Stafford's been playing out of his mind all year. He went like 8 weeks without a turnover. I think this is his chance to go back. If he wins MVP and pull off the Super Bowl, he punches his stamp in the Hall of Fame. Because right now people say it's debatable, even though I think it's not debatable. A lot of people say it's debatable if he's a Hall of Famer. If he wins MVP and gets a second ring at his age, yeah, Stafford's in the Hall of Fame. It's not a debate anymore. The Super Bowl will be put in Santa Clara, California, and they'll face obviously whoever wins in the AFC Championship February 8th. I got the Rams, man. I got the Rams 24-17. I just think it's too much that the Rams can do offensively.
Like I said, we'll see. Don't worry. When the Seahawks win, I'm gonna wear some green and everything. I'm gonna be sitting that cheese.
You also got to keep in mind, Seattle's dealing with multiple injuries on their offensive line. They're down 3 starters on their offensive line.
Bruh, you don't need no offensive line. We got that boy K9.
We're gonna see. It's his backfield. You know what I'm saying? Getting Kenneth Walker going early could open up the passing game for Seattle while the Rams balance it with the Seattle's front seven. So,
hey, I'm gonna get that trademark, bro.
They're both great coaches. They have very different mindsets and could affect the flow of the game as well. You said what, Money?
I'm gonna get that trademark.
Get what trademark?
K9.
Oh my gosh. How you gonna get somebody else named trademark? It reminded me of Mac Jones when he had that good rookie year. He started feeling himself and he went and got what he got? I think he got 10 Mac or something like that, or Mac Tech 9, something. He got something trademark, Mac 10, or it was something. He got something trademark, and that boy was stir fry after that. So you're gonna get a trademark and you're gonna be bad afterwards.
I'm gonna get untrademarked, damn, bro. But I'm thinking Seattle pulls it off. I think that they're going to somehow, some way get the ball back and score at the last minute and win the game. That's why I'm thinking they're winning. Whoever get the ball last, bro. That's who it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happened last in the regular season between those two. Came down who got the ball last. Because the Rams definitely was putting on the offensive clinic. But like I said, I believe in Stafford. I believe in the Rams. I believe in McVay. I think this is a great team over there. Hard for me to see them losing. Anything else you want to talk about today, man?
No, I think this is a great one, man. We got to sit back, chill, talk about our teams. We're gonna definitely have a Super Bowl stream that we're gonna be definitely talking about and seeing which one of our picks make it.
Should be fun. Should be fun for sure. If you made this far in the video, thank you so much for coming and kicking with us live. This might be our actually shortest episode, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyone who's new here, please share, please subscribe. We're going to try to go live more often, basically every Friday for sure. At the minimum, every Friday for sure, we'll be going live. Unless something changes, we'll try to keep you guys in a loop. But outside of that, though, like, comment, subscribe, anything you want us guys to talk about, any opinions you guys want to give, we'll feedback. We reply to you in the comment section. Hey, with all that movement. Dog showing his butt right now. But that's all I got. I'm J Stacey, aka 2 Wavy.
I'm F Money, or Money for short. Make sure y'all take it easy now.
Peace.